All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. We are back again with another live stream, and now we are going to be cranking it up. The transfer news is going to be buzzing on a regular basis. Already, we've got now news left, right, and center in regards to Manuel Ugarte. Apparently, Mauricio Pochettino has approved the approach of Ugarte. And lots to talk about in regards to that particular news in itself. Obviously, there's a whole heap of stuff about Mason Mount and whatnot. All of that is going to crank up a lot. Many players need to leave. We are here, ladies and gentlemen. The season. The season finally was over yesterday. We needed it to be over. Hopefully, Mauricio Pochettino news will be either today, tomorrow. It don't matter. The bottom line about Mauricio Pochettino is that it's done. It's just an official announcement that we're waiting on. Even the announcement itself is ready to go. It's all drafted, ready and rock and rolling. So it's gonna be so interesting to see exactly how everything transpires, and I cannot wait to see how Mauricio Pochettino tackles all of this, because he's got a hell of a task ahead of himself. Almost 100 of you guys are live, nearly after 1.5 minutes. Smash the like button first of all, and thank you to each and every one of you guys for the constant support, but most importantly for all the wishes, all the birthday wishes that I've had since last night, all today, the direct messages, the messages on Twitter, messages on Instagram, the comments on YouTube. Thank you so much to each and every one of you guys for always supporting and wishing me on my birthday as well. Fantastic. I had a good day. Obviously, I worked, so that was a bit of a bummer, but I had half a day work, so that was good. Enjoyed the time with family. My mom and dad came over in the evening. We had dinner together, and it was good. I mean, look, to be honest, when you start getting older, as the numbers get bigger and bigger, birthdays don't really excite you as much as it used to when you were a lot younger. Now, birthdays, it's like, I don't want to get reminded of getting older and older, but it is what it is. It is what it is. We got to enjoy as every day is a bonus in life. Every day is a bonus in life. So that is how I look at it. In Life No Limits, good to see you, my man. Big up to you as well. Valan, good to see you. Probably announced 1st June. Yeah, probably announced 1st June. Could be. Big up to Sohan. Thank you so much, my man. Hope you had a great birthday. Had a really, really good birthday. Thank you so much. Dedication M, good to see you. Samuel, good to see you. Chelsea all the way. KSA man. John, Mark, Loba, Preeta, Mo, RS7. You guys are all in the house, man. Good to see you guys all in the house. Great. Let's get this rock and rolling. First up, bad boy Fabrizio Romano. This was so late UK time. This was around like maybe 4 a.m. UK time or something like that, something ridiculous. Yeah, there you go, 12:54 p.m. my time, which is UK time 3:54, nearly 4 a.m. That's when PYS tweeted this out, and Fabrizio Romano obviously tweeted just a few minutes before that. Amazing how PYS was still up for that. But it goes something like this. Manuel Ugarte approved by Mauricio Pochettino as a target. Chelsea pushing on club and player side. This is from Fabrizio Romano. Ladies and gentlemen, this we are not messing about anymore. I was talking about this particular player 2 weeks ago, saying, I wish we were linked with this player. There's nothing remotely linked, this, that, the other, and boom, 2 weeks later, we are now with Fabrizio Romano, dancing with him. We are dancing with Fabrizio. He's delivering the news for Ugarte, and it seems like we are very, very not only interested, but quite deep into this conversation, which is great. Fabrizio Romano then further goes on to say, cheeky little reply. Obviously, PYS tweeted this out, and he tagged Fabrizio Romano in. And then Fabrizio Romano, cheeky little reply saying, pushing a lot this weekend? Let's see. And then PYS with eye emojis. So look, hopefully we can do this. PSG obviously still around. The word is that PSG and Chelsea both have similar offers on the table. Thing with Chelsea is we don't want to apparently trigger the release clause all at once. It makes sense. This is how Chelsea have always done the business in recent times. Same with Enzo Fernandez. It wasn't the release clause all at once. It was in installments because it helps out with financial fair play. One of the biggest factor in this Ugarte situation is George Mendes. George Mendes is the agent of Manuel Ugarte, and George Mendes is a massive, massive friend of Todd Bowley. So we do have an upper hand there. We are looking for installments. We're not looking to just trigger that release clause up front, and we're trying to sweeten the deal apparently by providing Sporting Lisbon with a particular player. So we can perhaps give, I don't know, David Duttras Fofana's name has been thrown around. There could be other players, who knows, but we're trying to sweeten the deal up a little bit for Sporting. Ugarte does want Premier League move. So that's the advantage at the moment. Liverpool are out of the race. No other clubs at the moment are going for him. I like this player a lot. A lot of you guys have mentioned this player a long time ago, so I know you guys like the player a lot. I think his combination, along with Enzo Fernandez, is going to be fantastic. It really will be fantastic. I do also want Caicedo on top of that. I really do. And just get rid of all the other midfielders. Get rid of Galadog, get rid of Mason Mount, get rid of Ruben Loftus-Cheek, get rid of Kovacic if he wants to leave as well, and just get me both Ugarte and Caicedo. Mix it up with Enzo Fernandez. I think it's going to look fantastic. Further on, Chelsea Dodger goes on to tweet, this is from RJP Journalism. He also has some inside information. I understand Chelsea has reached an agreement with Manuel Ugarte and his agent over personal terms. I'm not surprised if this has been reached because, let's be honest, Manuel Ugarte is on some absolutely paltry wages at Sporting Lisbon. And I knew it wouldn't be too difficult to give him something more exciting. I think somewhere around 5 to 6 million pounds per year or euros per year, something like that. He's on like 700k euros per year, not even €1 million per year, which is, I'm pretty sure moving from that level of wages to 5 to 6 million euros, that'll be fantastic for him. And I think that's decent enough wages for us as well. I want to make sure our wages are not, blown out of proportion this time around, that it's kept to a decent amount. So yeah, I understand Chelsea has reached an agreement with Manuel Ugarte and his agent over personal terms. Chelsea would like to pay the release clause over installments rather than one payment. This is a remaining point. This is coming from RJP Journalism. And he further goes on to say, the club is also discussing several possible loan players with Sporting Club, including Datra Fofana. It is important to stress that no deal is done yet. So we're looking to give David Datra Fofana, and I think that makes sense, man. David Datra Fofana, if we can't give him minutes next season, let's send him in for a loan to Sporting Lisbon. Well, hopefully he gets an opportunity. I think this is perfect case, and I hope he does get an opportunity. That's the big thing, though. It is important to stress that no deal is done yet, but Chelsea is more confident now because Manuel Ugarte has expressed interest in Premier League football, and George Mendes' influence is swaying him that way. Chelsea would ideally like Ugarte and one other midfielder. Caicedo is well liked, but I expect it won't happen. I'm hoping it does happen. I know RJP Journalism is thinking, his name's Rob, by the way. He thinks that if it's Ugarte, then we're not going to get Caicedo. I think we may get another midfielder on top. Wasn't it always meant to be, Romeo Lavia plus another midfielder? So if it's not Lavia in this case, do you know what? I wouldn't even mind if it's Ugarte and Romeo Lavia. My preference obviously would be Caicedo, but Lavia, is an up and coming superstar as well. Do you know what I mean? But obviously, my preference would be Caicedo. Let's see what you guys are saying Thank you to each and every one of you guys once again for wishing me happy birthday. Really, really appreciate that. Lucky, thank you so much, my man. Enzo Tonali Ugarte, man. Do you know what, Eugene? Tonali, I like him so much. I like Tonali so much. He is never leaving AC Milan, though. He's never leaving. These sort of players, they will not leave Italy. They simply won't leave Italy unless we break the bank or something, like give him some outrageous wages. Tonali would be sent. I like Tonali a lot, a lot. Man, he's so good. So, so good. Mo, Caicedo, Enzo Ugarte will never work. Enzo Ugarte are too slow on transition and both not the best facing their goal. Mo always has something different to say, which is great. The other side of the coin, why not? Mo, let me know. Mo, who's your preference? Who is your preference? Caicedo, Enzo Ugarte will never work. Enzo Ugarte are too slow in transition and both not their best facing their goal. Okay, no problems. Let me know who's your preference. I'd love to see who your preference is. Miz, one thing I like about the owners is that when they want a particular player, they make sure to get him. I like that. Look, last season that wasn't the case when we were looking to go after Rafinha, Kunde, De Ligt, this, that, the other. But obviously in January, we did change things around. And maybe it's because of now having the directors, the board of directors involved, the footballing people involved. They are slowly but surely learning. They are slowly but surely learning, these new owners. Obviously with Mauricio Pochettino, the length of his contract 3 years as opposed to Graham Potter 5 years. So they are learning. And also the wages are something that they're very, very keen to fix up. So which is great to see. Declan Rice is a good fit for our midfield. Hey, I wanted Declan Rice. Enzo and Declan Rice. Once we got Enzo, I started thinking about Declan Rice. But Declan Rice ain't coming. He ain't coming. He's going to Arsenal Football Club. And if anything, he might be actually upset the way apparently we're treating Mason Mount. I'm not even going to put there might be something there. There might be something there. Do you know what I mean? Declan Rice, after seeing how Mount is not being given a new contract, maybe Declan Rice is probably. You might find that funny, but I swear to you, I think these two players, they dreamed about playing together. So. And there was some rumors recently, wasn't there some report? I think it was PYS, London First, his new article, saying that, Declan Rice apparently was not happy the way he's been treated by Chelsea. This is proper report that's been out in regards to Declan Rice. So forget about Declan Rice. It ain't happening. It's not happening. And he's going to cost a lot of money. He's going to cost a lot of wages as well. So we simply won't entertain that. Ray Allen, Declan Rice don't want to go anywhere near Chelsea. There you go. Absolutely right. But isn't Rodri a bit slow too? I don't think pace supersedes brain and intelligence. What a comment. What a comment. This is why I love this community, because we always consistently challenge each other. This is so bang on. It's not always about pace and power. You got to use brain as well. Look, I'm not going to lie. Rodri is very strong, but Rodri ain't some sort of a speed monster. Rodri, it's his brain. As O Abayomi has just said here, I don't think pace supersedes brain and intelligence as well, DM. There you go. Jorginho yesterday was balling. I saw the highlights against Wolves. I know it was Wolves and probably they didn't try and whatnot, but still, we've seen Jorginho ball out for Arsenal this particular season at times. And obviously, we've seen it for Chelsea as well. So it's not all about pace all the time. You got to use its structure, and it's obviously you got to use your footballing IQ, your intelligence. So, a lot of the times that when we saw Jorginho get smoked for us, we didn't have a good structure readily available for him. So, and there has been times where he's been ripped apart, regardless of the structure. So I'm not going to lie, there was flaws. But I think what Abayomi is trying to say here is that and the other factor is Ugarte is not some sort of a slowpoke. Let's be honest. Like, I've seen Ugarte play. He's not some sort of a slowpoke. He's got the dog in him, man. He don't stay away from any sort of defensive duels. Have a look at some of his stats. It's unbelievable. He's not a slow coach. Do you know what I mean? If you have the right structure, if you have the right defenders, if you've got all the gaps more closer to each other, defensive line closer to the midfield line and the attacking line, all sort of compact together, moving together, then that shouldn't be a problem. That shouldn't be a problem. If you have too much gap between the lines, then it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. So that's how I think about it. Chaturada, if you've seen the movie Goal, Gaffer says the ball travels faster than the player. Fabregas was slow as well, and look how he used to play. The fast players need to be the wingers. Now, there you go. Well said. People have been watching a lot of Goal. Mason Mount has had one bad season and the fans are crucifying him. The whole team has been shambles, but Mason Mount gets picked out just because he has come from the academy. No, incorrect. Not me. There could be other people. Now, if we talked about Havertz, you would change that into by saying Havertz gets crucified. Everyone has been poor. Of course, everyone has been poor. But Mason Mount this season, not just this season, Mason Mount even last season. I know last season his stats look good, but let's be honest, Mason Mount last season wasn't good either. I still won't forget the gilt-edged chances he's missed in FA Cup and Carabao Cup. Gilt-edged chances, and there were many other times as well. Yeah, he's put in some goals in against Norwich, I remember, and maybe some other teams as well, and Southampton too. But overall, it wasn't a good season. Mason Mount hasn't been good for a little while, for at least 18 months. At least 18 months. And it's not just about Mason Mount. There's other players that haven't been good for a very long time as well. Kai Havertz being another one. Kovacic being another one. And many more. Many more. This isn't about Mason, well, not certainly for me, about Mason Mount and the academy players. I love Levi Colwill. I want Levi Colwill to be part of Chelsea Football Club. First team. Isn't he from the academy? So I don't have any agenda against the academy. The right players can stay. And I've even said it many times. I don't mind Mason Mount staying at Chelsea Football Club. I really don't mind having Mason Mount around. He don't want to be around. He don't want to be around. It's not about me anymore. He don't want to be around. So, Ms. Look at Felix story. He's staying. Yeah, saw that tweet. I think Chelsea Dodgers had that up as well. I think Chelsea. There you go. Joao Felix via Instagram. I think this brother wants to stay, man. He's in love with Stamford Bridge. He really is in love with Stamford Bridge. That's a lovely shot of Stamford Bridge, by the way. So, yeah, Joao Felix hopefully will stick around. Dedication. Let's also wait to see how Poch is going to build this team. Let's not use this season structure and how we play to judge how our incoming signings will do. Yeah, of course. But Poch, apparently wants Ugarte at the moment. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Bertram, good to see you, my man. We need to get someone who dominates aerially too. Ugarte's aerial ability is not good. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point. You do need aerial dominance too. But hopefully then, your CBs can help out your, your strikers. Hopefully we are looking to get a striker who's going to be tall. So look, not necessarily the midfielders are that tall, to be honest. Like midfielders are not generally, like especially the technicians, the engineers. They're not. Look at N'Golo Kante. He's not tall. You don't get too many big defensive midfielders. There are. I'm not going to lie. There are plenty out there. I understand that, but I don't think necessarily that that's a 100% necessity. Bishesh saying, bro, change your logo. There is Kai there. Nah, man, that's 29. 29 is the day of my birthday. Today is 29th of 5th. I know a lot of people think that's Kai Havertz. It's not. It's my date of birth, basically. 29th of May, 29. Number 29. That's my number. Football CFC Candy. Ms. I would bite your hand off for Palhinha and Enzo. With Enzo, they're having him as our base would be sensational. Do you know what? Yeah, not many people really talk too much about Palhinha. I mean, obviously people rate him, but seems like he might just stick around at Fulham for another season or something. But you're right, Palhinha is a very good defensive midfielder as well. I mean, if we are unable to get Caicedo, I would love for us to get two midfielders, Ugarte and also another player. And if it's not Caicedo, I swear to you right now, I wouldn't mind Palhinha. Palhinha is very good indeed. But I don't understand why people don't talk about why Chelsea haven't been linked with him. Exactly. As long as he wins balls, it's fine. No one says anything about Kante. Absolutely spot on. Michelle, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Sandy, thank you so much. But yeah, Zubimendi is another one. I would love Zubimendi. He's so good. So good. But I think he's Barcelona bound. Xavi has already mentioned, this guy is Barcelona level. He's Barcelona level. And now that there's no Busquets, that could potentially happen. Okay, next up, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea should be building for next season around Mason Mount, as he is their prized asset. However, he's the first one on the market. This hasn't gone down well inside the club. Staff who lead the academy are considering whether they want to stay. This is from Time Sport. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, what do you guys think about this, man? See, this is where I have issues with Mason Mount supporters. The PR for Mason Mount. Look, I'm going to be absolutely honest and put it out there. Mason Mount is not a nobody either. Like, he's not a nonsense footballer. No, not at all. He's got a lot of value. But at the same time, he know Ronaldinho, man. He know Eden Hazard. He know, Zinedine Zidane. Like, he's something in between. He's not rubbish and he's not supreme. He's in the middle. He's in the middle. Maybe slightly above average, but he's in the middle. But a lot of people either will look at him as absolutely rubbish or Ronaldinho level. Supporters will look at him as Ronaldinho level, and the ones that hate him will think he's absolutely rubbish, and that's the issue. We don't seem to have a middle ground. And these sort of comments, these sort of articles from Time Sport, saying this hasn't gone down well inside the club. Really? 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 We're acting as if we're losing like a prime Hazard. Staff who led the academy are considering whether they want to stay. Like, they're considering their future because of Mason Mount's situation. And if anything, it's probably Mason Mount that wants to leave here. I'm pretty certain Chelsea's doing their level best to keep him. But it's Mason Mount that wants more money. It's money, Mace. If Mason truly wanted to stay at Chelsea Football Club, he will find a way. He would have found a way. Not that long ago, there was a 1-year contract extension. Just give Chelsea a bit more time, man. Take that 1-year contract extension. If you really want to stick around at Chelsea, give Chelsea a bit of time. See if we can come back to Europe again. And then you get yourself a bigger contract down the track. But obviously, Mason don't want to take that chance, don't want to take that risk. He wants to go to a particular club that's going to give him more money. And Mace is probably worried that is he going to be 100% confirmed to start at Chelsea Football Club. So I get the feeling Mace is the one that's leaving. Mason Mount is the one that's leaving. He's made his decision. But I hate seeing comments like this, man. I so hate it. Chelsea should be building for next season around Mason Mount. Like, why should we be building around Mason Mount, man? He's probably average to just a bit above average player. And to say build a squad around him, that's madness. Miz, I'm glad to have a new beginning with Poch. I wish we could stop talking about Mason Mount. I've been a committed fan of the club for over 30 years. I've seen the elite players come and go, Happy birthday, bro. There you go. This is Victor. Thank you so much, Victor, my man. Top Dog RLG, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate that. Happy birthday, miss. Really, really, thank you so much, my man. Hope you have a great day and wonderful year ahead of you. Thanks for being one of the few shining lights during the very dark season for Chelsea. Thank you. Much appreciated, man. Really, really appreciate that. But yeah, coming back to this, as he is their prized asset, however, he's the first one in the market. This hasn't gone down well inside the club staff. Like, it's just mad. Like, people are deciding their career on Mason Mount's contract situation. Still no goalkeeper links. Well, there's been links with Andre Onana, so I wouldn't be too worried about that. I think Mendy is going to leave, and then Andre Onana should be coming through. Articles like this fuel more hate for Mount. His PR team are generally doing a terrible job. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. I've said this recently to both Yunus and Matisse. I think Mason Mount supporters probably do a lot more damage than good. They're the ones who don't make it easy. Really, they don't. Lampard, some players maybe need to move on for the team to improve in reality. There you go. Frank Lampard has spoken. He's had a few things to say, obviously, post yesterday's match, last match for him as an interim manager at Chelsea Football Club, and maybe last match ever as a Chelsea manager. I really don't want to see him come back as a manager ever again, man. Abysmal record and simply did not have any influence on the team. But he's had some things to say which are probably legitimate. Some players maybe need to move on for the team to improve. There you go. Many players need to leave. Many players need to leave. And I hope they do leave. I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked if players like Ziyech and Christian Pulisic are still lurking around in pre-season under Pochettino. I'll be very shocked. Christian Pulisic missed a gilt-edged chance yesterday off the bench. Should be wrapping that around and scoring that. Sterling missed as well, of course. Joao Felix missed as well. But, Christian Pulisic, you don't get that many opportunities. When you do come off the bench and you're there, you got to be able to wrap that around and get that goal. That was mad how he missed that. Absolutely mad. Tim B, thank you so much for the super chat. Happy birthday, my brother. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Tim B. Appreciate each and every one of you guys that's been wishing me happy birthday. Truly, truly thank you for all the support and all the love you guys give me. We're going to slowly wrap things up. These were the news that's up at the moment. Let's see if there's anything latest going around before we wrap things up. Kani Chukwuemeka versus Newcastle. He was actually very good. Thomas Tuchel dismissed. Sources denies chances of thoughts for Thomas Tuchel to leave Bayern after the dismissal of Khan and Salihamidzic. Yeah, Bayern Munich has done a madness over there. Noni Madueke, I'm positive about the future. We just need cohesion and pulling in the right direction. I think next season we need to go back to basics. The new manager needs to come in and everyone needs to get behind him in training for him and Chelsea to be successful. I love it. I love it, man. Noni Madueke has got good attitude. I hope this is how it continues. I think this is the missed opportunity. I don't want to show it. I'll get in trouble, but that's that missed opportunity that I was saying Christian Pulisic has won. But I can't show that. I will get in trouble with YouTube. But yeah, I think these are all the latest news. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll wrap things up. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button before we go. Over nearly 500 of you guys are live right now, man. Smash the like button. I'm going to take a couple of more comments before we wrap things up. DHL, some of the fans are too young to remember, but I was heard when Arjen Robben was sold to Real Madrid. He had to be absolutely balling for us, but we moved on. Why can't it be same with man? Absolutely agreed, man. Absolutely agreed. Football CFC Candy Miz, I'm worried about Ugarte's ability to play the 6, not amazing aerially and not positionally disciplined to screen the defense. Miz, do you think he can play the 6? I truly think he can play the 6. But I think it probably might be like a double 6 potentially, because Pochettino does like 4-2-3-1, but Enzo a little bit more advanced. Have a look at some of his sporting clips recently. There's some really good analysis on Ugarte. Check it out. I think he should be able to do that. If we create the right structure for him under Pochettino, it all comes down to structure. It all comes down to how Poch really sets us up. then it should work. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I shall see you guys later on tonight, UK time, bringing you the latest in Chelsea news, just bringing the whole day together. So do look out for that, roughly around 9:30, 10 p.m. And in between, if there's any other breaking news, I'm going to be going to bed very soon, so I'll probably miss out on that. But hopefully moving forward, these breaking news, they'll come earlier on in the day and we can catch up on that. Until next time, everyone, take care. See ya.